Hey guys, welcome back to Totally Forkable. I am really excited to be back in front of my brick wall making another video, and this will probably be my last video until August because I am moving on August 1st, which is part of what has been so crazy. So I've been kind of stressed about that, but also very excited to be in my new space and to make videos in my new space. So this will probably be it until August, but I will possibly make a moving vlog. I haven't decided yet. So in this video, I wanted to discuss some of my favorite and least favorite vegan memes. Memes have obviously become such a huge part of our daily lives, of social media, of pop culture. I was thinking about it, and I think that a really good meme does three things. Number one, it makes you smile or laugh, just brightens your day in some way. Number two, I think that it evokes a spark of recognition, something in the meme that you can relate to. I think that's why memes have become so popular, especially on social media and tagging each other, because it's like, oh my god, this is so relatable, like, you know, and then tagging your friend that you know will also get it or recognize that same thing that you did within the meme. And lastly, I think that a really good meme will make you think about something in a different way and possibly change your perspective on something. And to me, vegan memes are definitely a form of vegan activism. So I think being able to display sort of a collective vegan sense of humor through memes is really important, because vegans have this reputation for being kind of humorless or not able to laugh at themselves, can't take a joke. I think part of that is because it's a really heavy topic. Like, it doesn't necessarily super easily lend itself to humor. And also, like, in the past, the sort of vegan jokes were like jokes about vegans, like just simply making fun of vegans or just simply making them the butt of the joke. And the reality is, they're not that funny. I think it's really important for us to be able to demonstrate to the world that we can laugh at ourselves when the joke is really funny. So I think a vegan meme can be really effective at maybe changing someone's perspective. At the same time, I think it could also backfire if it falls short in some way. And a lot of the ones I'm going to be talking about, I do think fall short, and I will talk about why. At the same time, some of these memes are some of my absolute favorite memes of all time, and I have them saved in my phone, and I look at them whenever I need a chuckle. And I also just wanted to say, I know that humor is completely subjective, so some of these I might not think are funny, you guys might think are hilarious, and vice versa. And I just want to say, I know that this is silly, it's like, it's a meme, stop taking it so seriously, they're not meant to be analyzed, but I do think that as fun and kind of frivolous as they are, I think they can be like really, really smart. And like I said, effective, powerful tools, important. Humor is so important. So yeah, let's get into some of these. This is a meme that I see everywhere. I see different versions of it. Like, I don't think it's always like this exact version. A lot of people seem to think this is funny. So this is where I say that, like, humor's subjective, but I'll just tell you guys why I don't think it's funny, or why it just doesn't click for me. It's a photo of Ellen DeGeneres laughing so hard she's crying, and it says, "So you'll stop using straws to save the fish, but you won't stop eating fish to save the fish?" Okay, here's what I don't agree with about it. I don't think anyone claimed that they were stopping using straws to save the fish. It was always about turtles, right? Like that whole, the video that was made by that group where they're pulling straws out of the turtle's nose. Like, it was always about turtles. It was never about fish. So I feel like they're sort of taking that and like misappropriating it. And this is where I feel like someone could see this and like get defensive, because it's like, well, I never said I gave a shit about the fish, I gave a shit about the turtles. I agree with the sentiment of the meme, which is that so you pretend to care about like plastics in the oceans and saving the oceans, but you don't care about the actual inhabitants of the ocean. But with this particular thing with the straws, I didn't hear one person say that they were stopping using straws to save the fish. It was always just about the turtles. So to me, this meme would make more sense if they spun it to somehow be like about the turtles, like, so you'll stop using memes, or So you stop using straws to save the turtles, but you don't give a shit about the turtles' neighbors, like the fish, or something like that. Like, I feel like would have been better, especially in these memes that are trying to be a little bit like accusatory. I think we have to like really like be careful with those ones and make sure that they like really hit. And this one for me just doesn't hit. Okay, this one I also don't like. It was on the vegan meme account, but it originated from Joe Fries on Twitter. This is another one that I see everywhere. The most annoying vegan thing that happens: when I have a normal snack, like pretzels, and offer it to someone and their response is, well, let's see how good these vegan pretzels are. They're the same pretzels you've eaten your entire life, Becky. Has that ever happened to any of you watching, where you offer someone pretzels and they go, let's see how good these vegan pretzels are? Like, I don't think anyone would say that. I've had people, like, if I'm cooking, like, vegan sausages or a vegan cheese or something like that, I'd be like, oh, let me try the vegan sausages or the vegan cheese, right? Because those are things that aren't normally vegan and people are intrigued by it. I've never offered someone something that is like clearly just like a regular thing, like tortilla chips or pretzels, and let's see how good these vegan pretzels are. I don't know, maybe this happens to other people, just not me. Although I will say, I was visiting my parents a few weeks ago, and my mom had these pretzels, and I don't really like pretzels, but I like them if I can like dip them in something. And so I had made this like honey mustard, not honey mustard, maple mustard dip, and I was gonna be using it on my Beyond sausage. And I was like, oh, let me try dipping some of the pretzels in, but like just to check, I checked the back of the pretzels bag and it said it had milk solids in it. Actually, I think a lot of pretzels like aren't vegan. Like, a lot of them like do have random shit in them that you're like, why is this in here? And so I think Becky may have a point that if a vegan's eating a pretzel, then they're definitely vegan pretzels. Okay, this is another one that I shared this on my Instagram because I was like, I can't relate to this one. When you're at a group dinner and everyone finds out that you're vegan, and then it's a picture of all the seagulls, I think, from Finding Nemo, that are all like, mine, mine, mine. And in this meme, the seagulls are all going, why? Don't you miss meat? Is it expensive? But eggs, protein, I could never. And this one was created by the Vegans Humor account. So this one, to me, isn't relatable, but I think that a lot of vegans can relate to this. I put this on my Instagram and I was like, I wish that people would ask me those questions. Like, no one asks me questions anymore. Like, when I was newer to veganism, I definitely got a lot of questions, but that was also because it was so rare back then, and I think people were just so, like, perplexed by it. I just feel like it's so common to be vegan nowadays. Not, like, so common, but it's much more mainstream than it's ever been, and I don't know, I don't get those questions, but I do have a theory that, like, the longer you've been vegan and the more confident and comfortable you are answering those questions, people don't ask them as much. It's like they can sort of sense when you're new to it and maybe you're a little bit like insecure or unsure, and they just like prey on that. That's my theory, and it's been backed up by lots of anecdotal evidence. This one's from the vegan meme account. When I see non-vegan food on my timeline and it's someone looking like they're putting eye drops in their eye, but it's a little mini Tabasco sauce. Ooh, this meme like makes me uncomfortable, but I mean, this must have just been like an eye drop ad, right? And they like photoshopped that in. I certainly hope so, because that looks like it's about to hurt. I think people think that vegans are just like so judgmental, but really I think it's just like such sadness, because when you become vegan, there is this switch that happens. You really can't explain it unless you've experienced it, where you no longer see meat as food. You literally see it as like dead animal bodies, like pieces of a dead animal's body, and you like see the suffering, and you like it's literally traumatic seeing that kind of food. And we have to kind of like try to, in order to survive in this world that we live in, we have to kind of be constantly like blocking it out and being, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me, it doesn't bother me. But every now and then it just comes like rushing in, and it's yeah. So that's what I have to say about this one. This one I really like. I just think this one is so sweet. It's originally from the Vegan Sarcasm account. Non-vegan friend is a little caterpillar saying, you've changed, and then the vegan is a butterfly, and it says, we're supposed to. So I really like this one. This is one that like maybe would rub a non-vegan the wrong way, maybe gives the appearance of like vegans think we're better, like we're butterflies and you're a caterpillar. But I do think that going vegan is like a place that you evolve to, and it like requires a lot of different like mental stages. It is a transformation, and while I don't think it's the end, like just being vegan, like I'm a butterfly now, I don't have to keep growing or changing. No, I think we should always be continuing to grow and change. But yeah, I think this is nice, and I encourage everyone, whether they're vegan or not, to like constantly be trying to learn about the world, trying to do better. If you know better, do better, that kind of thing. Okay, here's the one I wanted to talk about that I kind of referred to before. This is, okay, so this is like a memeception. It's like multiple memes within one. The original meme was from Men's Humor. Those men, they're so funny. And the meme is vegans when they haven't been able to tell someone they're vegan for more than 15 minutes. And then it's like people like experiencing various illness symptoms and needing to be put on, you know, various kind of breathing aids. And then I guess the top comment on the post was from someone named Caramello Bear that says, "Looks like meat eaters to me after all those clogged arteries." My theory is, because I know and I can hear myself talking about veganism a lot, like just in my day-to-day life, it does come up a lot. But my theory on why that is, yes, I think when you go vegan, it's like exciting and it opens up this whole new world and you're like, oh my God, like it's like escaping from the Matrix in a lot of ways, and you're like, I want other people to know about this because this is so amazing. So I think that's part of it. Another part of it is just that we as humans talk about food so freaking much. We spend a lot of our days eating. Food is such a part of our socializing. It's just such a part of like what brings us joy. So we talk about food a lot. So when someone comes up to you and is talking to you about food, it's only natural that then the conversation at some point may turn to the fact that you don't eat certain things. Like for example, when I'm planning on going on like a work trip or something, and I'll be talking to some random person about where I'm going, and they'll be like, oh, you gotta try it. There's this, you're going to Minneapolis? Okay, there's this steakhouse. You gotta try. Do you like steak? And then I'll be like, well, actually, no, I'm vegan. You know, I'm not just like, I'm vegan, like starting every conversation, but it comes up a lot because food comes up a lot. So that's my theory, and I'm sticking with it. Again, the anecdotal evidence is strong. Okay, okay, this is another one I don't like. This is from, I think this is by the Vegan Meme account, because I don't see any other tags. So the text is, when someone says milk made from beans is gross, but coffee made from beans is okay. And then it's a guy like yelling, it looks like from a Pixar movie that I haven't seen, and he's like, beans are beans. I've never heard someone saying that milk made from beans is gross. Personally, I've never heard that. I'm assuming they're talking about soy milk because soybeans. I've heard people say like soy milk is gross because of soy, but I've never heard someone be like, because it's made out of beans, but coffee's okay, but soy milk is great. Like, I've just never heard someone use that argument. So that's why, to me, this meme just doesn't really hit for me. Okay, this one I agree with. Another Twitter screen grab, originally by Catherine Gill, the Dirty Vegan. Wait a minute, you criticize us vegans for making plant-based food look like meat, but you literally make dead animals look like food. A cow don't look like a burger. Fish don't look like tacos. Pigs don't look like hot dogs. Wow, mic drop. Like, if someone's eating bacon, I'm not allowed to be like, oh, you're eating a dead pig. Because that would be like the pushy vegan type of thing. But she's not gonna stop until she pushes everything off, which she just did, so congratulations, Maisie. There's just a lot of hypocrisy in the argument of like, well, if you don't want to eat meat, then don't eat meat, but don't pretend that it's meat when it's not, or whatever they say. This tweet perfectly calls it out. This is a really effective one, really, really effective one, I think. This one isn't necessarily funny, but it definitely falls under the category of making someone think differently. Who is this by? This is from Vegan Sidekick. So it's like a 6-part cartoon, and the first part, it's a judge, and she is basically like sentencing different animals. And she says, a pig, your life means nothing to me, I sentence you to death. And then she's talking to a dog, and she says, a dog, your life has value, I grant you protective custody. Then she's talking to a lamb, and she says, a lamb, pointless, I sentence you to death. Then she's talking to a cat, and she says, a cat, your life has value, protective custody. Then she's talking to a cow, she says, a cow, I sentence you to death. Then someone pops in and says, maybe we could just avoid harming all these animals? And the judge says, fucking vegans, who are you to cast judgment on the lives of others? This is just a great visual representation of a frustration that a lot of vegans have with omnivores, and also a frustration that a lot of omnivores have with vegans. It's kind of like an intersection of the two, and I think that's just awesome. This is one of my favorite memes. This one, me, do you have vegan options? Waitress, is vegetarian food okay? Me, is Monopoly money okay? It just makes me laugh to like think about this conversation happening, like, is Monopoly money okay? Like, so like passive aggressive. It's just, there is such a big difference between vegetarian food and vegan food. I don't see any comfort when I see like a vegetarian section on a menu. I'm like, oh boy, this could be tricky, because like I'm gonna have to still ask for like tons of modifications and like trust that they're not gonna like forget to take the butter out of XYZ or whatever. This is probably my all-time favorite vegan meme. It's just so great. This is just such a good example of like a vegan laughing at themselves and also thinking about things differently, and also very relatable. So this one hits all three for me. How I think I look talking about veganism, and it's like a couple very calmly sitting there drinking coffee together, and how I actually look, and it's like crazy dude with like stuff all over the walls, like frazzled frantically, like trying to explain something. This one is from Plant-Based Logic, so shout out to them. If this meme doesn't capture what it feels like being vegan, then I don't know what does. Because I don't know if you guys do this, but I will like, I'm like constantly having conversations in my head with people being like, yeah, but you don't know what this and that, and you think this, but da, da, da. And then like, it's really hard to like then translate that into like a really just like calm, like, yeah, I'm cool, yeah, we're just kind of talking, and I'm getting my points across, but in like a really cool, calm, collected way, and I'm not getting frazzled. Like, it's so hard to reconcile those two parts of yourself, and like I said, vegans laughing at themselves, it doesn't get better than this. This one ties into what we were talking about earlier. This is from Just Comics / Joan Chan, and it's a little comic of someone drinking a smoothie or something out of a cup with a straw, and she says, or he says, I need to save the ocean from all the plastic. And there's a seal caught in a fishing net saying, yes, the nets. And then the little man is saying, this straw is so evil. And the seal is crying and saying, no, the nets. And then it says fishing nets make up half the plastic in the ocean. So yeah, this is doing a really good job, I think, of calling out that hypocrisy of like caring about plastic, but like really only about straws, and like really only about turtles, when fishing nets and fishing and the overfishing of the ocean is really what's causing the most damage to our oceans, just so people can eat their like sushi or whatever. This meme I hate, and I see this one everywhere. People are always sharing it, being like, laugh cry emoji, this is so true. This one bothers me for a lot of reasons. This is from, shout out to Colin Renfro on Twitter at CheesyVeganLife for making probably my least favorite vegan meme. Vegans be like, breakfast, berry smoothie. Lunch, veggie wrap with hummus and fresh pressed juice. Dinner, Beyond Burger, fries, an entire package of Oreos, 3 Taco Bell bean burritos, spicy sweet chili Doritos, Sour Patch Kids, and a pint of a non-dairy Ben & Jerry's ice cream. So I think this one bothers me because it feels a little like referencing like restrictive eating / diet culture in a subtle way. I know it's just a meme, but to me that's what it feels like, because if you're only eating a berry smoothie for breakfast, we don't know what else is in the berry smoothie, but doesn't sound like it's that filling, and then a veggie wrap with hummus and fresh pressed juice for lunch, and that's all you're eating until dinner, like, no shit, you're gonna binge on all this crap. And I know this is a joke, but like, people are sharing this being like, oh my god, so relatable. What's good about it is vegans like laughing at themselves, being like, oh yeah, we're so healthy, like vegans are so healthy, but then we go and eat a bunch of like junk processed food. So I like that it's laughing at itself, but I just feel like that's just not healthy to like eat so little throughout the day and then just like binge for dinner. Like, just don't deprive yourself. Like, eat some of that crap earlier in the day if you want, or like just eat more food and you won't like binge at night. I know I'm probably taking this one too seriously, but that's why I don't find it funny. Like, if you're asking if I'm explaining why I find certain memes funny and certain memes not funny, like this one just feels a little bit too like condoning restrictive eating for me. I don't think that like eating less is necessarily healthy, and this meme is implying that like, well, my breakfast and lunch were so healthy, but my dinner I just went off the rails for some reason. Yeah, maybe because you were starving, because you didn't eat enough for breakfast or lunch or didn't have any snacks. This is this is by Inspired Vegan. I think this is definitely Joe from you. When you see another person in the vegan section of the store and he's kind of like looking off in the distance, like smiling. This is great because it's like funny because it's Joe from you. It has like a creepy like you're stalking the other person in the vegan section of the store. But yeah, I think that's great. I've definitely had people stop me in the grocery store before because I was in a certain section and be like, you must be vegan, like I'm vegan too, and like had conversations start up that way, and it's just so sweet. I love that. Okay, I lied. This is my favorite vegan meme of all time. Well, I would say this one ties with the other one. I literally laughed out loud when I first saw this meme, and it makes me laugh every time. So, vegan meme dealer. I guess vegan meme dealer made it. So it's a guy in a coffin. It says, when you were dead, but someone commented that you died because you were vegan. So the first photo is of the guy like in the coffin, presumably dead, and then the second photo is him like on his laptop typing. This meme just gets me. It really just resonates. I just think it's so funny, like the implication that a vegan would like rise from the dead to defend veganism. Like, I feel like that's probably true. Like, no, I got hit by a car, don't say that. And then like the guy's face when he's replying, he's like, this was clearly like a staged photo shoot, and I just wonder like what the hell was this photo shoot for? Like, why was this photo shoot done? But then like the text that was added in just perfectly matched. This is the one I also was referring to earlier, when you're shopping for vegan food and it's like a broccoli, and then like slowly zooming in, and then it's like ingredients, broccoli, milk powder, 1%. Like, there is fucking milk powder in everything, including those pretzels that my mom had. This meme is from Vegan Banter. This was posted by Live Kindly Co. on Instagram, but it's a tweet from Yavani Berry, and she says, you mean to tell me this beautiful earth produces flavors like onion, garlic, herbs, peppers, chocolate, vanilla, citrus, mint, and 70,000 more, and you want to convince me that you love the flavor of dead bodies? Nah, you don't even understand flavor, you just talking. You don't just like lose all of the most delicious flavors in the world when you go vegan. You just lose the vehicle that most people use to consume that flavor. That's it. That's all my vegan memes. Oh my god, I think it's a spider. I love vegan memes. I love that there are like full accounts dedicated to vegan memes. I think it's great. I think it's showing everyone that we can laugh at ourselves. I think it's making people think, hopefully, and just very important. I've had some vegan memes that like I've had ideas for that I've wanted to make, and I haven't actually made them, but maybe I will, and then someone else can make a video judging my vegan memes. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe. I'm getting so close to 1,000, and I just can't wait to get there, and thank you all so much who are subscribed. You all mean a lot to me, and I love seeing your guys' comments and all that. So yeah, I would love to hear if you guys agree or disagree with my takes on any of these, or what your favorite vegan memes are. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are staying cool, staying healthy, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.